Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejados.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
Welcome to episode 99 of Adventures and Mousecapades.
This time we're going to talk about how you destruct a turkey in the most violent way possible to have the best Thanksgiving meal ever. That's right. We're going to dive into spatchcocking your turkey.
Butterflying.
That's what it's called. Well, I mean,
it's called spatchcocking, but a lot of people, or some people, I should say, don't know what that means. You're basically butterflying your turkey, which is what we do, or what I do.
You kind of break its back and splay it open. And all right, let's dive in, or not. This isn't a cooking show.
No, we are not very much not chefs. Nope.
Let's talk Disney, shall we?
What?
Yeah,
I know. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Let's talk about our wonderful stay we had this past week or so at the Villas at Disneyland Hotel.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm so glad we bought points at this resort because it is phenomenal. We'll just say this to start off with. Alicia and I are contemplating trips down to the villas at Disneyland Hotel just to stay at the resort and not even get tickets to go into the parks.
Yep.
It's that good.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Nathan?
Yes.
What is the Villas at Disneyland Hotel?
The Villas at Disneyland Hotel is the fourth tower and final tower, we think, at the Disneyland Hotel itself. This is a dedicated set of rooms that are for Disney Vacation Club owners. It's 12 stories of amazing design and absolutely gorgeous artwork and details and comfort. It is a mid-century modern fever dream of awesomeness, and it's just fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
You and I went back and forth on if we wanted to buy points into this resort. This is the second DVC resort in the Anaheim, California, Disneyland area.
Right.
They do have the Disney Grand Californian, but it has a very paltry amount of rooms available there.
It only has a few dozen DVC rooms. The rest is hotel. And it's pretty much impossible if you don't own at the Grand Californian to get a booking at the Grand Californian. DVC-wise.
DVC-wise, yeah. And we had talked about, I don't know, like I said, we went back and forth on if we wanted to buy into this new property or not, because Disneyland is about a 2-hour flight away for us.
Yep.
Whereas Orlando is 5 to 6, depending on the tailwinds.
Right.
It's a lot easier for us to get down to California, but before we wouldn't be able to stay in a Disney hotel, really. I mean, because the cost for one thing for hotel, just Disney stay is quite expensive.
Yes. Especially the kind of rooms that we like to stay in.
Yeah.
Which are the deluxe, and ideally if you can swing it with a little kitchenette or a full kitchen and things like that. Especially having a family, it's nice to be able to separate at least us from the kids, if not the kids from each other.
Yeah.
So DVC is definitely how we like to stay. And so we took the plunge earlier this year when they first started selling points at Villas at Disneyland Hotel. And boy, howdy, are we glad. It was such a good decision for us to buy points in there.
Yes.
We'll be using a lot of them with frequency, I think.
We have 2 trips currently booked, one in February for Sterling and myself, and one in August for Nathan and myself. We're going to try and do Destination 23 or D20. I don't remember which one it is down there, but
I think it's just D23. I think the one in Florida is Destination D23.
We're going to try and go to that.
That would be awesome. That would be super awesome.
Yes. For the Villas at Disneyland Hotel, there are a total of 326 rooms currently. And there are different varying sizes. of these rooms.
Right. We start out kind of at the bottom of the stack with what they're calling a duo studio room. It sleeps only two. This is kind of like what they did in the Riviera, where you have a very small room. These are 275 square feet. It is a studio. It is a small room. It has a pull-down Murphy queen bed and a bathroom. These are all Jungle Book themed, and there are 32 of these rooms. Frankly, and we'll get into this a little later, I think we could make this room work for us if we wanted to, based on how comfortable those pull-down beds are at this resort. Because we had one that Sterling was sleeping on, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Anyhow, so there's 32 duo studio rooms that sleep two only.
There's also something called a duo studio garden room, or villa, I should say. And these are kind of in a standalone building by the pool. There's 8 total rooms, and 4 of them are these duo studio garden rooms. It sleeps 2. It's a 1-bedroom, 1 bath, 251 square feet. I'd like to stay in one of these at some point.
Yeah, I would too. These actually have a little bit of a patio on them that kind of overlook the pool, but you're behind some greenery and like a glass wall and stuff like that. So you still are a little secluded, but it does have a balcony or a patio. Whereas the studio rooms and even the deluxe studio rooms that we're about to talk about do not have balconies.
Yeah.
So it's something to be aware of. These duo studio garden rooms do have balconies. So I guess without further ado, we'll talk about what's at the bulk of this resort in this tower. There are 245 deluxe studio villas. These sleep up to 4 people.
Plus an infant.
Plus an infant, yes. Yeah. So 4.5?
Yeah.
This is a 1-bedroom, kind of like a standard hotel room. A bigger hotel room is 370 square feet. There is 1 queen kind of standard bed, although it's incredibly comfortable, and 1 pull-down queen bed. That's where you get 4 full-sized people there.
This is the type of room that we stayed in at our most recent stay.
Right, right.
The themes for the deluxe studios are either a Sleeping Beauty theme or a Princess and the Frog theme. And we had a Princess and the Frog theme.
Indeed.
The 1-bedroom sleeps 5 people. It is a 1-bedroom, 2-bath at 754 square feet. It has 1 king bed in the main bedroom area.
Right. The bedroom.
The bedroom. The other area has a 1 queen pull down and 1 twin size pull down.
Right. And these queen pull downs, when you fold them up, they are a couch.
Yes.
And then you fold down the whole thing kind of off the wall. It's a giant Murphy bed. And then the twin size is what we've seen in a lot of the other Disney resorts, especially the DVC resorts, where there's a pull down single bed, like a smaller twin right underneath the TV that kind of comes down on its long edge and is sideways to the room.
Mm-hmm. One of the nice things that I like about these Murphy beds and these pull-down beds is they have beautiful artwork behind them, hiding. Yeah. You can't see it unless the bed is pulled down itself.
Yeah. They're all stunning. Mm-hmm. And I will say, in all the 1 and 2 and actually the 3-bedroom grand villas, there's actually beautiful artwork behind the main bed as well.
Yeah.
That is multi-layered and multi-tiered, and just they've done so well. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, the 1-bedrooms are all themed to either Princess and the Frog or Fantasia. Next up, we have... There's just 1 dedicated 1-bedroom suite. That's not to say there's only 1 1-bedroom suite, because you have a bunch of the 2-bedroom suites that we're going to talk about here next that include like a lock-off. So you can have a 1-bedroom on one side and a studio on the other. So there's more than just 1 1-bedroom suite, but there's just 1 dedicated. So speaking of those 2 bedrooms, there's 38 of these. They have 2 bedrooms, 3 baths. They're 1,161 square feet and sleep up to 9. Again, we have that king in 1 bedroom, and then there's 2 queens in the other room, and there is a pull-down twin as well. So There are 18 of these 2-bedroom suites that include a lock-off feature, so you can have separate rooms or separate reservations for different parties in kind of that bigger deluxe studio kind of situation versus the 1-bedroom side. And then there are 20 suites that are dedicated to bedrooms. And these are all Princess and the Frog or Fantasia themed as well.
And both the 1 bedrooms and the 2 bedrooms have a balcony, which is nice.
Yes.
They also have full kitchens and washer and dryer in them.
And there's a little bit of a living room area as well. Lastly, we'll talk about the 3-bedroom grand villa. There are only 2 of these, but they sleep up to 12 guests across 2 floors. There are 2 entrances to the suite, one on the main floor and then one on the second floor. Kind of similar to what we've seen in many other DVC resorts, thinking like Bay Lake and elsewhere, where you have a 2-level suite, and that living room is kind of an open area that's 2 stories high. Here at the villas at Disneyland Hotel, these are 3-bedroom, 4-bath, 2,756 square feet villas. They're about 3,000 feet if you include the outside patios. And that's right, there's plural. These include views of the pool area from the main floor balcony, as well as one of the, if not both of the upstairs bedrooms. There's a king bed in the main bedroom. There are 2 queen beds plus a twin size pull down in each of the other 2 bedrooms. There's sleeping for everybody in these suites. It's pretty amazing. And then the theming of these suites is Bambi, Frozen, and Moana across all 3 of the bedrooms. So there's different themings in each of those 3 bedrooms. There's a full-size kitchen, there's a full-size dining room, there's a full-size living room. These suites are stunningly gorgeous.
And this one actually has a fireplace as well. And it's a dual-sided fireplace?
Yes, indoor-outdoor fireplace.
Yep.
Now, it's a fake fireplace, folks. Like it is. They're not. It's not frequent that you need a fireplace in Southern California, but it's there for the ambiance.
Oh, it can get chilly in the evenings.
Fair enough.
Like it was kind of chilly when we were down there.
This is basically a light show, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
you're not getting
pretty.
a lot of. Yes,
It's
it is
very pretty. Yeah.
Speaking of pretty, this whole complex is just gorgeous. Like I said, it is a mid-century modern masterpiece. This goes down to even they've refreshed the outside of the existing 3 towers of the Disneyland Hotel and repainted, and everything just really kind of plays off each other. It is such an amazing environment in the whole complex, not just the brand new tower, but the brand new tower is stunning.
They did complementary colors with the prior towers. They I guess upped the saturation of the blue. They made it complementary to the oranges and the yellows of the new tower, the Discovery Tower for DVC villas. We're going to say it a lot. It is a beautiful resort. The colors and the theming are just phenomenal.
Down to the fact that in the hotel's hallways and in the villa's building, they're shaped like a D. Like the Disneyland logo, like that D is what these look like. It's incredible. It is just stunning. We'll share some pictures absolutely for sure.
Oh, definitely. And the hallways and the carpet and the artwork along the I guess is the hallways to the rooms.
Yes.
Is really cool. The wallpaper that they have is a shimmery, silvery gray. And it's kind of muted tones, though. It's not like overbearing.
Right.
Where it's 2-tone gray, silver, and it has a lot of the different silhouettes of different characters from movies. Like there's Alice in Wonderland, there's Jungle Book, Fantasia, Frozen, Lion King, whole bunch of stuff. It's very nicely done. And
it's not wall-to-wall wallpaper either. There's sections that are tiled. There's sections that are accent color painted. It's just so well done.
The attention to detail and just the artistry of the interior design is very nicely done.
Yeah. Everything is absolutely beautiful, every last detail, but it's not ostentatious. It's clearly Disney themed, but it doesn't punch you in the face over the top Disney, right? Like it is elevated. It is an elevated experience that if you are a Disney fan, you will love it. If you are just a Disney appreciator and you're there with the rest of your family, there's still a lot to love and enjoy about the decorations and the theming and everything else about this brand new tower.
Yeah. They did something different on the exterior of this building that is just mind-blowing, really.
Yeah.
They've taken a bunch of different movies. I think it's 8 movies total. And there are columns of, what would you call these? They're just color blocks, basically. And what they did was, it's called storytelling through color. And they take somewhere like, I think maybe 10 or 12 different scenes from a movie, and they'll figure out the main colors that are used in each one of those scenes.
Right. The color palette of that. Those scenes.
Of that scene. And basically starting at the bottom, that is the very first scene. And they'll go from the bottom all the way to the top, telling the story of the film through color.
Right.
And that's what those color blocks are. It is such an amazing concept. I love that they did this. And I wish they would, I don't know, they would tell you a little bit more about it. You have to kind of go find it to see what this is. And the only way that I really knew about this is I saw something on YouTube talking about it. I'm like, oh, I need to go see more about this. But you do have to kind of go search to find it. It's not something that's just told.
Now you'll see the color blocks across the building. I mean, they go,
easy.
10, 12 stories high. So it's not difficult to miss those, but it's just a little sign at the base of each one of those stacks that explains what movie this is from. It shows kind of the scenes that it's pulling from and the images that it's pulling those color palettes from. But it is such a next level meta detail of Disney storytelling. It's just amazing to see.
You've got Sleeping Beauty, Princess and the Frog, Lion King, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Alice in Wonderland, Frozen, Jungle Book, Mulan.
Classics and new ones and everything in between.
Yeah.
They did such a great job.
They did.
They also did a great job on the lobby of this tower. It's a great open space, kind of a community room feel. There's not a welcome desk or a check-in desk here. You have to check in at the main tower, the main Circle Drive, and then walk over. So if you're used to being able to check in at your DVC resort and having a dedicated check-in station for that hotel right there, beware. We got lucky and we decided to check in at the hotel desk before we walked all the way over to the new tower. And I'm very thankful that we did, because we would have had to walk back and do a check-in. So just there's a note there. But this bottom floor has just a ton of seating. It's got another one of these decorative fireplaces.
Yeah.
Everything is so well themed, and it has this gorgeous mural that is kind of the showpiece that they're using for the resort. It's done by Lorelei Beauvais. She's a Spanish artist who's actually a veteran of the Disney Animation Group. She was an associate production designer on Encanto. She also worked on Big Hero 6, Zootopia, Princess and the Frog, Tangled, Winnie the Pooh, Wreck-It Ralph. She's been around Disney a ton, and her mural just is gorgeous. It's on this kind of multi-curvilinear wall down in the lobby, and it shows so many different characters, and it's just gorgeous. It's hard to really describe in words. Like, it's really just, you need to see it. We'll share some pictures of it. It's gorgeous.
The mural is a bunch of different Disney IP, basically. Bunch of different movies with a bunch of different characters. Starting off, like when you walk in, you'll see Alice in Wonderland at the tea party. You'll see Aurora, Princess Aurora, dancing with the woodland characters. You'll see Mickey from Fantasia, and you just keep wrapping around. You see lots of other movies. There's Frozen, there's Moana, there's Lion King. Honestly, there's so many different ones on here, and just keep wrapping around through. It is an amazing piece of art.
So let's talk a little bit about our room specifically. We were in a deluxe studio preferred view room. This was overlooking the DVC pool there at the new tower. And actually something that we haven't mentioned yet, but we will. It has a Steamboat Willie themed splash pad, including most of the boat. There's a black and white Mickey there. Every once in a while, the boat actually like has steam come out of its smokestacks. It's really stupid cute. And lots of kids of all ages had a lot of fun in that splash pad. But we were kind of on the 5th floor overlooking that. We had a Princess and the Frog themed room, and I don't want to belabor the point too much, but we really enjoyed all of the theming and artwork.
Yes.
It's so well done.
We love Disney art in the first place, and just seeing different interpretations and styles from different artists I always just love seeing that.
Yeah.
There were 2 queen-size beds in this room. One of them was just a dedicated queen-size bed. The other was the Murphy pull-down bed. This is one of the most comfortable queen beds that we've ever slept in.
Yes. We have a king at home, and usually when we're in a queen bed in a hotel, it's like, oh yeah, we're right next to each other. Oh gosh, I hate sleeping right next to you. No.
Our elbows are touching.
But we noticed the difference. I didn't notice the difference in this bed at all. It was incredibly comfortable. It was it was one of the most comfortable queen size beds I've ever laid down in.
Yep.
And we both had a quick chance to lay down in Sterling's Murphy bed. And I'd almost say the Murphy bed's mattress was a little bit more comfortable still. Like, it was incredible. I would have been happy to sleep on the Murphy bed.
It was a little firmer, but it's still super comfy.
It was great. It was so good. So kudos to whoever at Disney is deciding who their bedding provider is, because you done well.
There's lots of indirect and backlighting in this room. I don't know if I said that right, but whatever.
You did.
I did. Okay. Including the mirrors. There's just a border around some of the mirrors. In the bathroom, it's really nice because there's, I guess, an etching area of the theme, and both the little border and the etching area have their own little backlights on them. So you can have just that part on, or you can do all the lights for the bathrooms and everything. Just the lighting in here was very nicely done.
Yeah, just the indirect lighting is such a great addition to any space. And if you're not sure what that really means, it's, you'll have a row of lights, think like a strip of LED lights that's hidden behind a piece of wall or a piece of furniture, and it's lighting up the wall behind it. And that illuminates the room in turn. So instead of having a light bulb that you can directly see in a wall socket or something like that, or a tableside lamp, it's an indirect, like you're working to light up the wall rather than light up the room directly. They've done such a great job with the design and the interior design of this room. It's just so good.
Next to the bed on both sides, there was a little round storage table area. There were also dimmable lights on either side of the bed, on like little sconces kind of on the headboard itself. It was nice having the dimmable lights. I do like that.
Absolutely, because you could get it really low, and we were able to actually have one of those lights on very, very dim, and Sterling fell asleep, and we were still doing some things and planning stuff for the next day, and we'll get into that when we do our full trip report. But we had some really good luck in doing some last minute planning, and just because you don't have your reservations, don't give up. Just keep trying. Because we landed some kickers, and going to bed at 11 o'clock and having an 8 a.m. character breakfast. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
But we'll talk about that later, even though you just talked about it now.
Hey, whatever.
There's a lot of storage in this room. The dresser drawers have 6 drawers that you can pull out, and they're nice and deep and wide. Lots of room for you. The closet is actually it's kind of cool. One side of the closet has artwork behind it. Like,
Yes.
like the Princess and the Frog, you've got like the flapper dress or something like that painted on the back. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
with
it's really
hangers.
neat.
Yeah.
Yep. It's cute. It's
Yeah.
cute.
There's two sides to the closet. One of them is a slider and the other is a door. And it took us a little bit to figure out how to
Yes.
get these to work. The slider is the mirror, right?
Right. But the part that has the door that's more obvious to open doesn't have any hanging space and hangers in it.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of shelves and the safes in there and things like that. And so I'm like, okay, where do we hang up our stuff? Because we had a few nice changes of clothes for some stuff that we were going to do there at the park. And then it took me a minute. I'm like, oh wait, does this? And like I tried to, I guess, peel the mirror off the wall, thinking that it might open, and no, it didn't do that. It was actually a sliding mirror. So like, I mean, now I know,
Yes.
but it wasn't intuitive right off the bat of how the heck you get in the closet.
Yeah. And this was a full-size mirror, right? On the
Yes.
closet door. There's
Yeah.
also another full-size mirror on the opposite side of the bathroom
Yes.
in the hallway, which is nice. So there's a lot of good mirrors in this place to see.
To see yourself and to actually just give the room a bit more spacious feel.
Yep.
Yep.
The bathroom in here was really nice as well.
Yeah.
There, that was it.
It had nice stuff.
It had nice stuff.
Yes.
Was this one a dual sink? No.
No, this wasn't a dual vanity, but there was plenty of countertop space.
Yeah, there's a lot of countertop space. The sink was good. The shower was very comfortable, nice and roomy. Mm-hmm. Had a big seat in it. Rainforest shower head, and then the handheld shower thing as well.
We're getting technical here.
That's
Shower
me.
things. Yep.
I am technical. My vocabulary is all that.
Well, speaking of getting wet, let's talk about the pool.
Wow.
This was not in the room, though. So we're
No.
transitioning. You have access to all of the pools that are at the Disneyland Hotel, which include the very popular monorail slide pools and things like that. But you also have access to a new DVC pool called the Palette Pool. And this is right next to the building. It's right where the Steamboat Willie splash pad is. And this is available only to guests in that DVC tower. You get a little wristband to put on, and they double check that you are actually staying in that tower. Otherwise, they will politely inform you that you have lots of other pools and play areas and slides to go play on. But this is dedicated.
Go play in the e-ticket pool.
Yeah, go play in the e-ticket pool. This pool was fantastic.
Yes.
It was nice. It wasn't small. It wasn't like ginormous, like Olympic size pool, but if you wanted to swim laps, you could definitely swim laps. I never got really super busy. Now, this was mid-November.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the warmest. I mean, it was getting up towards the, maybe up towards 80 degrees. The water was a little chilly.
Oh, I thought it felt amazing. I loved it so much.
I've gotten weak in my old age, evidently, because I used to love cold pools and going into the ocean in like the middle of May, but not anymore. This was a little chilly for me.
There's absolutely nothing fancy about this pool. It's just a pool.
Right. There's a big hot tub too.
It's a large hot tub.
Yeah.
A nice thing is, for me anyway, this pool is in shade nearly all day,
Yeah.
which I adore.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
allergic to the sun.
Oh, you're a redhead. These things happen. Yeah, but we were able to go spend time outside as a family. Nobody had to worry about getting a sunburn or anything like that. It was just beautiful. It was great.
There's a lot of comfortable seating in there. They have chairs that lean back a little bit. There's loungers, lots of stuff. And there's a pool menu. They will come around and take your order, and you can have a cocktail and enjoy the water. Well,
Yes.
not at the same time.
No, they don't want you to have the drinks in the pool, but you can sip a beverage or two poolside, and it's very, very nice.
Yes.
Now, one thing to note about that, evidently, they do last call for all of the poolside service from the bar around 4 o'clock each day. Now, this happens simultaneously across all the pool areas on property there at the Disneyland Hotel. I don't know what the time is at the other two resorts, but at least it all happens at the same time here at the Disneyland Hotel. And the bar that they have that is serving all of those orders gets very backed up. It's not uncommon, according to the person that we talked to have that take between 30 and 45 minutes for your order to arrive. So just note, hopefully they'll get that fixed. It seemed like this and a couple other service items, they're getting some of those kinks worked out. This is a brand new pool that's opened. We'll talk about it next, but the Palm Breeze Bar is a restaurant that's kind of right there at that pool area that literally just opened a couple weeks ago. It had been open for a week and a half when we were there. They're still trying to figure some of this stuff out. Their staff is getting used to, new coverage areas and new spaces and new bars and all the rest of that stuff. So give them a little time to work through this, but just be aware that you could have some long service times for poolside service if you're getting into that last call around 4 p.m.
I'm interested to see if come February when I'm here again during, super busy time, if it's still a 4 p.m. last call or not, or if they make it a little later during busier times. So I'll report back.
It seems to me like they're kind of cutting off pool service because after that 5-ish time frame, most people go off to go do dinner and then into the parks or do things like that because there wasn't a ton of folks there in the pools. So that may be kind of why they're doing a cutoff at 4, but if they want to avoid that rush and that huge delay, they may want to have their last call actually happen a little later, around 5 or 5:30, maybe even towards 6, because there won't be as many people who are trying to slam into that last call. So they'll figure all of this stuff out in time, in good time.
Well, it also started getting very busy at the Palm Breeze Bar for dinner.
Yes.
This place, you guys. The Palm Breeze Bar is amazing.
Yes. Now, we were very hung up before this resort opened that they have decided to discontinue Steakhouse 55. They're not bringing that back. So really, there's just Tangaroa Terrace and Trader Sam's in terms of restaurants that are on site. You also have Goofy's Kitchen, but that is often booked far out. That is character dining, so that is a little bit more money as well. And it's it's character dining. It's a buffet and all the rest of that good stuff. Not bad, but it's a thing. So we were just concerned that there wasn't going to be a lot of food options available with all these extra rooms from this new tower. Well, the Palm Breeze Bar is now open. It didn't open with the tower. It was about 5-6 weeks later, but it's now open and it really solves a lot of that problem. Now, it's not open for breakfast. It opens at 11 a.m. and I think it runs until 8 or so. But it's a great bar and you can get some really good food there. They have kids options. They have stuff for adults. It really fits that need. And I'm actually not very concerned about the food situation at Disneyland Hotel anymore at all. You also have Downtown Disney available for lots of other things that are going on too. So, yep.
And the quick service over there, the Tangaroa Terrace, is open for breakfast. They do have like pancakes and stuff too. So.
Right.
But Palm Breeze Bar, lots of food options. The soundtrack also is amazing.
Yeah, and it's in theme with the rest of the resort. It's a mid-century modern kind of vibe going on. And the soundtrack is 50s and 60s big band tunes and covers of Disney songs. Like think of like the Incredibles soundtrack. And it was like, it literally, I was sitting there one afternoon while we were taking a little bit of a respite from the parks and I was doing a little bit of a podcast episode editing. And I literally had to just like stop and take off my headphones and just like jam out because it was awesome. So much appreciate that attention to detail. Not only is it great music, but it's in keeping with the theme of the resort.
Yeah.
So well done.
Now, they did have a DJ one night while we were there for dinner, and that was not the same type of music.
Right. They also had a duo there the night prior. So I think around dinner time, you can get some live music going on there. The duo was, I think, 2 guitars, and they were both vocalists as well. Sounded great from the few notes that I heard as we were walking past. But yeah, there's lots of good stuff going on. It's so well.
The
Alicia,
DJ was super talented too.
Yeah, the DJ was amazing.
He was really good.
Yes. He may have gotten a tip from us.
He did get a tip from us.
Indeed. Yes. Alicia, let's circle back to the Palm Breeze Bar's offerings itself. Did you have any highlights from while we were there? We were down there for 2 or 3 different times. So
yeah. Let's see. When we were there for dinner, I ordered the 4-cheese California pizza. It was absolutely scrumptious. It had a goat cheese in there, which added a very nice tang to the other sweetness of some of the other cheeses there. And it's a big pizza, and I ate a lot of it. I don't think it was meant for just one person, but, well, it was very good.
Sorry.
I also got from the pool menu something called the Pineapple Sling, which has Stiggins pineapple rum, Sailor Jerry spice rum, amaretto. I'm going to say this wrong. Orgeat syrup.
I think it's orgeat. It's French.
C'est français.
Yes.
Pineapple juice and orange juice. This was very good. I liked this. So
I had a little bit of that too, and I concur.
I ordered this while I was lounging by the pool watching Sterling make friends with the lifeguards.
Yes.
And I had that. See, one other thing that I had was the beignets. They have beignets for dessert.
Yeah.
These are not what you think of when you think of beignets. To me, they're kind of like filled donuts.
Yes. I would actually say they're filled donut holes.
Yeah. They were chocolate, passion fruit, and mixed berry. And you have the little donut holes there. They're arranged quite nicely. And then there's like a Mickey-shaped crust with the filling in each of those little Mickey-shaped heads.
So you can dip them.
Yeah, so you could dip them. There was a bit of a culinary mix-up when we ordered these.
This was on our last day as we were killing a little bit of time before we headed to the airport.
Yes.
And there's supposed to be 6 beignets, and you get 2 each. 2 chocolate, 2 passion fruit, 2 mixed berry.
Sterling had said that he wanted the chocolate ones. I'm like, that's fine. I'll eat the passion fruit and the mixed berry. So I just randomly picked 2 of the spokes, if you will. It's arranged in 2 and 2 and 2. So I picked one of them up. I bit into it. I was like, oh, that's passion fruit. Tangy. Nice. And then I tried another one. I was like, oh, it's mixed berry. Good. So that means the other 2 are going to be chocolate. So here you go, Sterling. It was mixed berry. We had, let's see, there's 6 total.
Yeah.
And I think 2 of them, no, it was 3 and 3. 3 were passion fruit, 3 were mixed berry. And I was like, what?
Yeah, Sterling was nonplussed. He was not the happiest camper of not getting the chocolate ones.
Yeah.
And we mentioned it to our server who stopped by to see how we were doing. And she's like, well, let me go see what I can do to fix that. And she came back a little while later with this beautiful plate that had 2 more of the beignet or donut holes on them. And they had been plussed up by whoever was in the kitchen with like chocolate icing and some sprinkles and things like that on
Drizzle
them.
And sprinkles.
Yes, it was amazing. And she said they wanted to make sure that you got some chocolate with it, but evidently one of the sous chefs made a mistake, and all of their beignets got mixed up, and they have no idea which one's which.
So she's like, I think they're chocolate, but we're not sure. So one of them was chocolate. I think white chocolate. But that was hilarious.
Great. Culinary mix-up.
Yep.
Oops. Yeah. There's a future note to selves in the kitchen of don't mix these up.
Yes. But they were very good. I liked them a lot. I'd probably order that one again, I think.
Yeah.
I'd definitely order the pizza again, that's for sure. Sterling had a grilled chicken for dinner, and he said it was very good. There was a bit of a mix-up with that as well, though, because he had ordered the grilled chicken, and I got my pizza, and Nathan got his food, which he will talk about in a moment. But they delivered a grilled cheese to Sterling, and he's like, I didn't order a grilled cheese. Apparently, something else that they need to work on is the point of sale where they put in the orders. It's grilled cheese and grilled chicken are not only are they right next to each other, but the abbreviation that they have could go either way. It could either be grilled cheese or it could be grilled chicken.
Right.
Who knows?
She was saying that the ticket that gets printed out in the kitchen says GRLD for grilled, and then CHK for chicken and CHZ for cheese. And she had, I think it was like the second or third time that day that the kitchen had misread the ticket and fired the wrong item off of the kids menu.
Yeah.
So there will be some changes made. Yeah, they made him whole. They made him good. But
he got his chicken, and it was very
funny.
good. He enjoyed it. Yeah. Nathan,
Speaking of grilled cheese,
what did you
though.
get? Yeah.
I did get the grilled cheese.
What?
It was off the kids menu.
What are the odds?
I know. It was amazing. There was at least 2 or 3 different types of cheese in there. There was a ton of it. It comes oozing out the sides. And it was on this kind of grilled brioche. Oh, it was so good. And then they had fries or fruit because it's on the kids menu. And the waitress, the first time I ordered it, that's right, I ordered that multiple times because I'm an adult. She said, you do want fries or fruit? I'm like, And she goes, or we can substitute out and put in the house chips. And I'm like, oh, you have house-made potato chips? Yes, please. I'll take those. And dear reader, those are phenomenal as well. So, yeah, I may have had a couple grilled cheese and chips from this Palm Breeze bar and restaurant. It was so good. And
I tried to bite.
Please, nobody tell my trainer. She'll be very upset, but it's okay.
I bet she'll find out anyway.
Yeah, probably. Hi, Haley.
Hi. I did try a bite of the grilled cheese, and it's one of the better ones that we've had for sure.
Absolutely.
You also had a drink that I did not like.
Oh,
but you loved it. Yeah. What was it?
I loved this. I had like 3 or 4 of these over the time that we were there. This is a Oaxacan old fashioned. So this is from Mexico or inspired by Mexico. It is smoked illegal mezcal. Now, that's a brand. It's not like actually illegal. But yeah, so smoked illegal mezcal, which is so smoky and so just good. Agave nectar as the sweetener, and grapefruit bitters. It comes in a tumbler with a giant clear ice cube, and it is so incredibly good. I had several of these. It was funny. It's so clear that at one point, one of the other assistant servers or whatever was walking by the table and was going to bust that. She thought it was empty. And she's like, "Oh, that's full. I'm so sorry." I was like, no worries.
Hands off.
But back off. This one's mine. Get your own. But if you're looking to wet your whistle, the Oaxacan Old Fashioned at Palm Breeze Bar is a must-do in my book.
This resort is great. I am very much looking forward to spending time here for our future vacations.
Absolutely.
Even if we just go down for a long weekend, like Nathan said earlier, we would be very happy just to chill there.
Yeah. Get some reservations at a couple restaurants. Don't have to go into a park. Have dinner at Trader Sam's. Have lunch at the Palm Breeze. Maybe walk around the downtown Disney a little bit, enjoy some live music. They've they're doing a ton of work
Yes.
in downtown Disney. They have this brand new.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I could totally go to this resort and not have park tickets and be completely okay with that for a long weekend.
Yep. Just enjoy the vibe.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, if you ever have an opportunity to stay at the DVC villas at Disneyland hotels, please avail yourself of that opportunity and make it happen. If you don't own it DVC and have your own points, there's lots of places online where you can rent points from other people and vacation at this resort and any DVC resort, frankly.
Yep.
And it saves a ton of money. You don't have to do the whole buy into DVC kind of thing. But yeah, for us, I'm so glad we bought into this resort, and I look forward to returning for many, many years to come.
Yes. We are not affiliated with Disney or their subsidiaries. These are our personal opinions and suggestions based on our own experiences. We recommend working with a travel agent or contacting Disney directly to plan your perfect vacation.
If you have questions or suggestions or would like to be interviewed on our show to share your Disney experiences, please send an email to podcast@ourmousecapades.com.
You can follow us on socials at Our Mousecapades. Please take a moment and rate and review in your podcast app to help people find us. Do it. We need you to rate, please.
Thanks for listening, y'all. We'll be in your ears next week.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.